Oops, sorry. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you so much for being here today. Today, I will be talking about my income producing style of trading. And I am going to share my secret formula to smashing 6 to 7 figures in the market. And trust me, it's stress-free. And all you have to do is pay attention to price action. No special indicators needed. Before we get started, just want to quickly have 1 minute of your attention. And this is to review the risk disclaimer. And basically what I'm saying here is that TradeOutLoud's information tonight is for educational purpose only. It should not be construed as investment advice regarding the purchase or sale of securities, options, futures, Forex, or any instrument of any kind. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows by now that trading is risky and may not be suitable for everyone, because guess what? You could lose money if you don't know what you're doing. All right, so my name is Anka Metcalf, and I'm the CEO and founder of TradeOutLoud.com, which is a trading education firm that is specialized in educating individuals how to day trade, swing trade, and actively invest in the markets, whether you're trading futures, whether you're trading stocks, or even cryptos, or Forex for that matter. We have a universal system that we apply to every and any asset. I have been doing this for over 20 years. And prior to becoming a professional independent trader, I come with 10 plus years in investment banking. I'm the designer of an institutional proprietary trading system. But wait, why am I the designer? Well, because I cannot take credit for technical analysis that has been around for so long. But I have put a spin on my strategies. So I focus on price support resistance, but there's a catch. I focus on 8 layers of price support resistance, and I focus on confluence areas. So what that means is that I look at multi-time frame alignment, and if I have a confluence area of support on those multi-time frame alignments at a specific price level, then that level becomes either a pop price. So from that point on, the price has the power to move higher with high velocity or lower, depending on the trend. So other than price support resistance, I also pay attention to specific trigger times, because I only trade in the first 2 hours in the morning. Sometimes I only trade for 10 minutes. Sometimes I trade for 20 minutes. And sometimes I trade the whole 2 hours or 2.5 hours. And yes, that's a long day for me because I focus on the open. I have been doing this for over 20 years. And I have developed this system to capture the momentum, institutional move, the power move right when the market opens, the New York trading session opens. And I have developed specific trigger times because I have noticed that sometimes when I take a perfect setup, when I used to take a perfect setup, it wouldn't have follow through. And sometimes it would just trigger me in, and then it would turn around and stop me out. But just then again, it would turn around and go back into the direction that initially had the trade. And that was so frustrating. And then I understood that there are certain times in the market when this thing happens. And I have developed specific trigger times. I have trigger times. I have actually 3 major trigger times from the open that I pay attention to, and I take trades around those times. So I look for the setups, those confluence areas that should be setting up at those specific times. I also trade with specific price zones. There are 4 specific price zones that institutional traders and algorithms scale in and out of trades. Because guess what? Institutions buy a whole bunch of stocks, of shares, and a whole bunch of contracts and futures or options or whatever they do, whatever they trade. And they cannot get in at the exact price like I do with all their size. So for that reason, they have price points that are specific where they enter the trades. And these trades and these zones are so simple to recognize because they have a fixed price point. And then you know that at these points, you could either scale out of the trade or you can set a target, or you can watch the price action activity to see if they're legging in more at that specific point, for example, to take the trade higher if you're in a long position. I also trade with chart synchronicity and sometimes divergency. So for example, today we had a relatively stronger Dow because we're going to talk about futures today. And I trade 4 indices, day trade actively 4 indices. This is what I do for a living. So I have noticed this morning that the Dow, well, it still had a little bit of relative strength compared to Russell, for example. And that is because we have some earnings that have influenced stocks that reported earnings that were positive on the day and have influenced Dow to maintain a certain level and start pushing a little bit higher, but it lacked any kind of volatility. Now, as you guys know, we are going to be into a rather sideways, and we have been in a sideways range for the last 4 days for trading sessions, and that is because we are expecting option expiration on Friday. And typically the option expiration week is a little bit like a roller coaster. Why? Well, because, well, they like to keep the price sideways so they can kill the premium. Or when they break out of the sideways range, they create a lot of volatility with the tape bomb, either with a breakdown or with the breakup, just to make sure they wash out all those options and they expire worthless. So yes, you have to combine a little bit of knowledge of options, a little bit of knowledge of stock market into your futures trading. Chart synchronicity is very important because it gives you the edge and it shows you where you need to pay attention to. There are some traders that only like to trade the E-mini S&P. I don't have anything against them, but I have too much information. I have learned too much about the market not to put it in good use. So yeah, if you want to be limited and only trade one index, well, if that's your choice, you can do that. However, if you select an index that carries velocity and carries the technicals and carries the fundamental that will sustain it, you will see that you will make money faster in that particular trade. Yes, you could also stop out, but you can make more money by paying attention to this simple fact, synchronicity or divergency. All right. So for those of you that are new to Trade Out Loud, if you want to find out more information, you can head on to our website and find out what we offer, education, services, etc. In today's presentation, I will be talking about the difference between stocks and futures, the advantages and disadvantages of trading different markets, and also what style of trading is best for you and best for your lifestyle. So for example, we have traders in the trading room that trade with me for 2 hours a day. However, you could still trade futures even if you do not have the 2 hours available to trade off the open. You can swing trade or you can trade later on. We do teach strategies that you can apply throughout the day. You can apply in the overnight trading. You can apply them in the Asian session. You can apply them in the London session because this is a market that is open almost 24 hours a day. I sometimes like to take trades if they're setting up around 9 o'clock. That is when the trades are starting to set up a little better because the market is going to enter and it's going to fulfill some conditions. So depending on whether you can spend 2 hours and trade in your trading session open or trade throughout the day after doldrums or trade at the end of the day, it depends on your lifestyle. And I'm also going to share with you the income producing strategy that is designed to work in the least amount of time. Basically, I'm going to tell you the ABCs of what I do in the market every single day. So what do you need to do in order to become a successful trader, a consistent trader? What do you need to do in order to become a superpower? a superpower that is able to have consistent gains into your account? Well, I can think of a few things, but I think the first thing that you need to have is, first of all, step outside of your comfort zone and start doing it, and stop blaming so and so and so and so, and start trading on your own. You can open a simulated account. You can start trading, but keep that simulated account real and realistic, because I have seen examples where traders have started to trade a simulated account and they were hitting 25 contracts or 30 contracts just to see their P&L, and they were up, for example, $800 or $1,000 or whatever, and they were done. It doesn't work like that. Okay, you have to mimic your real potential account into your simulated account, and you have to position size for the amount that you would risk in your real account. So you have to keep it super realistic, respect the entries, respect the stops, respect the targets, do the same thing that you would do in a simulated in a real environment. So first and foremost, before you actually start trading and even thinking about opening that account, and yes, you have to start doing it because you have to get your feet wet. And if you are brave enough, you could actually open an account and start trading micros. Why? Micros are great. Micros are fantastic. They're a fantastic vehicle. They're the 10th of the size of the full size contract. So they provide a lot of flexibility, especially for new traders or traders that do not want to risk more, or traders that have small accounts. They can participate in this volatile environment. The blueprint is your framework, represents your trading plan, represents your game plan. It also will include your risk management, meaning how you will be trailing the trade, the management, how you will be managing the trade, how much money you're going to enter the trade with, and so much and so forth. So the blueprint is an essential component of your trading plan, of your trading framework. Now, remember, a house cannot exist without the framework, right? Without the foundations. In fact, when they build a house, what do they do first? They build a foundation. They do the framework, right? The structure. Then they go inside and do the electrical work, the plumbing. They put up the windows. Then they finish it inside, right? Well, the same applies to trading. The foundation is your education. Your trading will collapse if it doesn't have a good foundation. The framework represents your trading style. Are you a day trader? Do you want to be in and out within the same day? Are you a swing trader? A swing trader holds positions from 2 days to about 2 weeks. Or are you an investor? Are you keeping positions for months or decades? So once you decide and once you know what your framework is, what your trading style is, then you can push forward and say, hey, I need a strategy for that trading style. The structure is the strategy, whether you're going to use breakouts or whether you're going to trade breakdowns, whether you're going to I don't know, trade buy setups or sell setups, or whatever the strategy is that you will be applying, you need to have it written down. And you need to have it written down in detail. So for example, the way I do is I look at the technical chart and I say, okay, based on the trend, right? I'm a trend trader. So I go long in uptrends and I short in downtrends. So when I look at the chart, I look at the parameters and I decide and I say, hey, if I see a pullback, for example, into a minor support zone, then I'm going to look for a technical rotation and I'm going to buy it above the prior candle high. I'm going to put my stop below the pivot and my target becomes the prior high on the technical chart, regardless of the time frame that I'm trading. This is one of my styles of trading. So the same way you should have it written down in your plan. The other thing that your plan needs to include, and by the way, it doesn't have to be an essay. It doesn't have to be a novel. It's just a little sheet of paper that you're going to have in front of you. And that sheet of paper is going to stay with you for at least a year. You're going to put it right where you have your monitor or your keyboard, and it's going to stay there. It's not going to stay don't stick it in a drawer. Don't put it elsewhere. And every single morning, that is going to be your go-to sheet. Before you even pop up your computer, turn on your computer, you're going to go to that sheet and read it. So it's fresh for you. And once you do this every single day for a year, it's going to become a habit. Don't do it for 3 days. Don't do it for a month. Do it for a whole year. So now that you have that strategy in place, you also need to include in that trading plan your trailing system, your risk that you're going to be using. So all those things are going to be in less than a paragraph on your trading plan, because the trading plan, the trading plan doesn't have to be something really complex, because if it's complex, you're not going to be able to do it. It has to be super simple, like dumb simple. If it's dumb simple, I can do it, right? All right. Then what do you need? You need the studs, the pillars, right? That are going to sustain, based on which you can raise another level, right? So you can grow another level. So that is literally the system that you're going to be applying. And if you're repeating the system over and over and over again, guess what? You're going to be successful, and you're going to be building upon what you have already gained. Remember, to make money in the market, you only need one strategy. For example, a buy or a sell. That is one strategy. That pullback that I just mentioned, right? You're looking for, let's say, a 3-bar pullback into a minor support or into some kind of support level that you identify on the technical chart. And then you're looking for a technical rotation to get in. The other thing is, like, a house needs electrical work, right? So it needs like the nitty-gritty technical. So there goes technical analysis. Technical analysis is the framework that will allow you to find these key locations within the trend where you can anticipate these strategies and these setups to develop. So it gives you that crystal ball feeling of saying, hey, I know if I'm looking at the technical chart, I know that if the price pulls back into this area, I'm going to buy it if it's in an uptrend, right? Then you're thinking about more. How about plumbing, right? What is a house without plumbing? Plumbing is like fundamentals, right? Because it's a fundamental thing to have plumbing. So fundamentals are very important to day trading, especially if you're doing, of course, if you're day trading, but of course, for swing trading as well, for swing trading, for day trading, and also for futures trading, not only for stocks, but also for futures trading. Why are they important? Well, fundamentals are only represent about 5% of the equation from my whole trading, because I'm 95% technical. But yes, I pay attention to what? I pay attention to earnings, and I pay attention to outside factors like upgrades, downgrades, all that kind of stuff. Because I know that if I'm going with if one of the stocks, for example, that is within the Dow, let's say, because we have been talking about the Dow today, and if I am going to have, excuse me, some sort of news like Walmart reported earnings, right? Then I'm going to be paying attention to the market participation into that specific stock. And then last but not least, you have the windows, right? Windows are very important into a house. It lets the air, it lets the light come in. Very important. The more windows you have, the more light you have that is coming in a house. So that will represent your time frames, right? Excuse me, the more time frames you have and you're looking at before you take the trade, and when you make the correlation, the easier it would be for you to assess the trade, to determine parameters that are going to be worth looking at, and the trade is going to be worth taking. So the more time frames that you're watching, the better assessment you will have on your technical chart. So for example, today in the trading room, I started my analysis, and it is a day trading room, by the way. We take swing trades, but we haven't taken swing trades in a while. But yes, we do take swing trades as well. The market hasn't really lined up for indices for swings, and the risk is really high. So that's why I'm just staying away from calling them in the trading room. So we started the analysis today with the quarterly chart. Now, how many of you guys, and you could type it in here, start your day trading analysis with a quarterly chart? Just type a 1. Just type a 1. No, right? Because you're not used to, you were not taught to do the multi-time frame work, which literally takes less than a minute. So if you start doing the top-down analysis, the multi-time frame correlation analysis, you will have a higher probability in your trades. And I mean a higher probability that is into the 75 to 80% probability. So how to take control of your financial future and be financially independent? Well, first of all, you need to generate an income, whether you have a full-time job and you can swing trade for, let's say, for a living. But that means that you're going to have your money allocated in that portfolio for a relatively long time, because you may take a trade now, that trade may develop in a week or 2 weeks, and then you're going to take another trade. So you're going to have your money pretty much locked. I generate my income through day trading. So I day trade 2 hours or less every single day from Monday through Friday. And that's how I generate my income. If you have a full-time job, you can start supplementing your income with swing trading. And at the end of the month, you could pull out the profits as well. But again, you are not going to have the flexibility to spend the money, for example, and to be cash, all cash at the end of the day. And also you can generate wealth. You can pull the money out of your, pull the profits out from your day trading account or swing trading account at the end of each month. And that's what I personally do. So I take my profits out, and my account is my account actually remains the same. I don't need to grow my account. So what I do, my day trading account, so my income account, I don't need to grow. But if you need to grow and if your purpose is to grow your day trading account so you can make more, so you can actually get into a level where you can fund your swing trading account, you can do that as well. I pull my money out at the end of each month and I pay myself. I pay all the bills, I pay everything that I need to pay. And that extra that I have, I put it into swing trading and I put it into my investing account as well. Trading, whether it's day trading, whether it's swing trading, and whether it is investing, if done properly, is a protection against recession, against pandemic, against depression, against anything that can come our way. So who wins in a recession? And by the way, this is a pretty lame recession, right? Because we've been having rallies and then pullbacks and then rallies and then pullbacks. But who wins in recession? Even if we're going to, well, officially understand that they haven't declared the recession. The numbers were pointing into a recession. But anyways, it's something like it's very blurry, right? But if we're going to hit a recession, who's going to make money in this recession? The rich, they always do. See what happened in the pandemic? I mean, guess again, Walmart, Costco, take a look at those big box store and online retailers like Amazon, right? They were making all the money while the mom and pop shops were shut down. The lucky, yes, there are individuals that are lucky, and traders, right? Day traders, swing traders, if you knew what to do, you would have made a lot of money in 2020. In fact, 2020 was my best year from my whole entire career. And I'm not talking about this lightly, because I have been trading for over 20 years and I have some pretty good years. For example, one of another great year that I had was 2009 and 2010, 2011. I could think of 2019, 2016 was again another phenomenal year, but 2020 topped everything. Okay, and that is when people were at home, stuck at home. How about now? I mean, what guarantee do you have that your company, if you're working for someone right now, right, for a company, that what guarantees do you have that you're not going to get laid off? I mean, seriously, take a look at Amazon. They're laying off 10,000 people. Meta, former Facebook, Twitter, and the list goes on and on, Uber, etc. So every single company is going to lay off tons of people. And this is a skill that you can acquire, and it's going to stick with you for a lifetime. The more you trade, the more you look at markets, the better you will understand the markets. Now, it's going to take a little bit of time, but if you have the proper approach to trading and you have the proper dedication, you need to love it, love what you do, then it's going to work for you. Do you want to discover the secrets to making $10,000 a year or more? And it's so super realistic. I am not kidding you. This is my win ratio, and this is actually for the month of October. I have a win ratio of 71.4%, and here it is. These are some of my trades that I took in the month of, let me see if I have them here. So I wanted to show you the whole thing. Hold on just one sec. Yeah, I can pull it up. Okay, here it is. Yeah, I pulled it up. All right, so these are the trades that I took in October. Some of the trades. My portfolio, and in fact, I'm going to show you my portfolio because everybody say, "Oh, show me your portfolio. If you're so successful, why do you do what you do?" Because I love to share what I'm doing. I love company when I'm trading. Okay. We also have a performance portfolio that is represented per contract. So if you take the trades with only one contract, brain dead, come into the room, boom, I'm just hitting the button, I'm taking with one contract, this is what you're going to get. And this is on our website. These are our 2020 realized gains from one contract, and this is the win ratio. And this is my performance consistency. And I'm going to share with you right now. Let me just get there. Okay, here it is. Okay, so this is the performance tracker. Okay, I guess you guys can see it right now. No, it's a full-size contract. You can trade it with micros. You can trade it with anything. Okay, you could trade it with micro. You could trade it with full-size contract. These are the results with a full-size contract. You can trade it. Like I said, we have traders that trade with micros, traders that trade with full size. We have traders that are trading small accounts, and we have traders that are trading seven-figure accounts. So this is a sheet that you actually receive. This is a performance. I call it the performance portfolio, but it's so much more than that, for free. When you join the trading room, it's a performance tracker, and it shows you per contract how much money you make, and it shows you how many points you make or you lose. Okay, and this is at the end of the month. You draw a line and say, hey, this is what we've made, right? And you can scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, and you can see the performance all the way into November. Here's October, and here is November, which is ongoing. Then we have another tab over here that shows my performance portfolio. This is my personal. This is through position sizing. So I don't take one contract per trade because I know better than that. And you should not trade with one contract per trade either. You should position size for that. And I have a free video. It's on my website. If you go under services, it's the last tab there with the position size indicator. It's a free video about position sizing. So I would suggest, if you really want to learn how it's done properly and how professional traders are trading, you can go on there, because that video is going to disappear next week. All right. So in October 2020, this is my performance tracker. This is from my account. You can see here the performance 69.05%. This is how I ended. Okay, and these are all the trades that I took with the date, and not only that, but with the timing and everything, and with the symbol. And you can see here the size, right? Because this is the most important thing that I wanted to share with you. That's why I'm sharing with you guys this slide, because this is the size, right? This is the size, and this is 13 contracts, 6 contracts, 11 contracts, 8 contracts, 12 contracts, 6 contracts, 3 contracts, etc. Right? And you can go. These are all my trades, right? And this is the total. This is the total. Oh, I didn't write the total. It's like 50,000 or something. That's how much I made last month. And you can add all these up right here. They're yours to view. Okay. So you can see that I'm not trading a constant size, because I position size, right? I position size for the trade. Okay. The other tab that I have to help my traders for my service is I'm providing them with a risk measurement, right? A risk measurement sheet. So what this is doing is shows you, for example, if you have a stop, I'm just saying, let's say if you have a stop, let's go back in here. All right, so let's say if you have a stop of, I don't know, let's say you have a stop of an S&P 6 points. And if your risk, do you guys know how to calculate risk? Okay, let me share it real quick. Crash course in 5 seconds. Look at your account size right now. Decide whether you want to risk 1% or 2%. If you're not consistent, don't even go near 2%. Risk 1% or less. And that's going to be your position size. That's going to be the size that you're going to be risking per trade. So for example, you have a $50,000 account. Your risk per trade is going to be what? What's 10% of that? 1% of that, $500. So your risk per trade is going to be $500. Now, the question is, how many contracts of a certain index can you take? Well, you have to position size. So for example, if you have $500 and if you're risking, and if you have, let's say you're trading S&P and you have a 20-point stop, you cannot take the trade, right? Because you would risk $10,000. So you either skip the trade or trade micros, okay? Or trade micros. And then right here, and this is the sheet that everybody gets, okay, when you join. So you have a futures risk calculator. You could click it right here, and you're doing instant, for example, if you have a $5,000 account, and if you decide 1% is your risk, you choose 1%, that would be $50 per trade. For example, you have a 10-point stop in, I don't know, let's say in NASDAQ, you have a 10-point stop in NASDAQ and your risk is $50. You go to NASDAQ, and right here you can find out, you can't take it, right? So guess what? That's going to prevent you from taking that trade. And then what you can do is actually trade micros. So if you have a $5,000 account, your risk per trade is $50. And then if you have a 10-point stop in a trade, then you take it with 2 contracts. Easy peasy, right? All right. I try to make it so easy for my traders. Here you have some trading room rules. Here you have some guidelines that are going to show you, what a soft stop is, what a hard stop is. We provide funding. So if you don't have money or you don't want to risk your money trading, audition. I'm going to fund you. We provide the traders with roll dates. Why is it important? Well, because trading becomes a little bit difficult around roll dates, and you have to have a certain strategy in place when you trade those specific weeks. Option expiration. Guess what? On Friday, we have option expiration. I mentioned this earlier, right? And then you have to have this sheet that is going to show you, right, when the difficult trading is. Then you have layout. Hey, I'm not a rocket science. I don't know how, I'm just very new to trading. How the heck am I going to set up my platform? Well, it takes a lot of time in order to have a winning layout for a strategy. Here's the thing. The platform layout and position sizing is going to make you as a breaker, not the strategy, but it's position sizing and it's how you see your trade. I use Thinkorswim, so I provide my traders with my layout. And also if you're using Ninja, this is a Ninja layout as well. Charting. If you're not happy, if you're using, I don't know, Interactive Broker, their platform, their charting sucks, right? They have awesome commissions. We have actually traders that use a different charting system and just input trades on their brokerage account. All right. So here's charting. And so many, we have holidays here, we have disclaimer, we have indicators that I use. And there's Bruce had a question in here. What simple moving average would you say is a measure of the mean? Would that be the 50 SMA? Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. Do you mind if I share a chart, Bruce? Because I really want to explain. So these are the moving averages that I use. Okay, I use the 10 EMA, I use the 20 SMA, the 50 SMA, and the 10 EMA. So basically, the 10 EMA is the only one that is an exponential moving average and not a simple moving average. So what I do is I typically, but I'm going to share it with you on a chart. Okay, let me do this. Okay. Yeah, let me do this. So for example, it depends whether you're a day trader or a swing trader. If you're a day trader, then you want the price action to stay above the 10 EMA or above the 20 SMA. If you're a swing trader, pullbacks that are into the 50 SMA are very common buy areas. Okay, those are very common buy areas. And then again, we have a course here on limit down. Remember, something that almost nobody talks about, right? So when the market is heavy enough, for example, if there's going to be something out of the ordinary out there, just like we had on the, with the pandemic, we actually have a system that we trade, and we actually have a crash course here on limit down and what to look for. When do we have the limit down, right? We have a private Discord room for all our traders. We have year-to-date performance. We have a Fed watch tool, which is super cool. And we have even relaxing music. So we have a lot of elements right here. Okay. All right. So let me get back to the slide. And I have some very exciting new things and new charts to show you guys. All right. So here on this day of almost a month ago, and I hope you guys can see my slide. Yes, I think you can. Okay. I actually posted this tweet. Good morning. It's going to be a gorgeous day. I actually meant glorious, but it came out with autocorrect gorgeous. I did mind perfect. Why was it gorgeous? Everybody would say, like, why would you say it's gorgeous when the market just dove lower? We had a huge tape bomb. We had a really bad news that came in and just crushed all the levels of support, just crushed. For us, it was gorgeous. Why? Because this is what we traded, right? Basically, this is a chart that doesn't have pre-market data. There's a reason for that. I teach it in my course. I'm not going to get into it here because that's another can of worms, and it's going to take me almost like an hour and a half to explain that. There are strategies that are developed based on these charts. So what I was looking for is the possibility for a short squeeze into the gap fill. So here again, I'm applying gap trading strategies into my futures trading, which is mind-blowing because no futures trader does that, because I have extensive background in stock trading and day trading and swing trading and investing. Yes, I teach my traders how to take advantage of all these strategies. This is actually the trade, right? We took the Dow long, and you can see right here the timing, and our trades are short, brief incisions into price action. I don't stay a long time in the trade. So I entered the trade at 9:40. It's kind of like going to the dentist, and when you hear that zzz, right? The dentist goes like, oh, 1 more second. It's just 2 more seconds. Or, this is how I trade with my students, with my traders. It's like 2 more minutes, or we need 5 more minutes for this. Okay. So basically we entered the trade at 9:46. I exited half of the trade at 9:52 and the other half at 9:54. And this is my return, 20 minutes workday. So often traders think that all they need is a trading strategy to make money trading. And yes, you can make money by having a great strategy. However, if you want to make serious money, like $100,000 or more trading, yes, it's possible, even with a smaller trading account, then you need a proven system. And in this webinar, I will show you how you learn the process and how you can get started on your first 100,000. By having a proven system, traders will eliminate any kind of doubt and confusion. Then they will know exactly what to do and when to do. But how? Because sometimes you don't even know where to start. And how can I make my money work for me, even if you have never traded a day in your life? So the only way to keep up with inflation and with this recession and with everything that's going on and with the job security is to start learning how to trade now, because creating income is something that is very essential in our days, whether to keep up with the inflation or whether you want to, I don't know, maybe you want to quit your job. I quit my job and I was working in the financial field. I loved my job, but hey, I decided to take, trading into my own hands because I loved it. I wanted to become a day trader. And I was coming from the investing field. I was always swing trading in my account, but I wanted to dive into day trading, and trust me, it is a huge difference when you go from investing of swing trading into day trading. It's very, very, very hard. So especially that I didn't have the help. If I would have had someone that like me right now, I would have loved it. I would have fast tracked my performance really, really fast, but I was fortunate enough. So I had mentors that have helped me as well. So this is my YouTube channel. It's Trade Out Loud. The handle is Trade Out Loud. And if you're really interested in finding out my style of trading, we had an open house in August. We only do this open house once a year because it's so super time consuming to prepare the open house. So we usually do it in August, in the first or second week of August. And you can dive into the YouTube videos. There are 3 YouTube videos just to see how I analyze the market, how I take the trades, how I call the trades and all that stuff, and how I manage the trades in real time. So proper goal setting is one of the most important elements in our success. And here's the rules when it comes to goal setting. First of all, you have to be very realistic, right? So it's not that I have a $5,000 account and next month I want to have 15,000. It has to be measurable. It has to feel achievable to you and realistic and achievable. And you have to have a deadline that creates that sense of urgency. So you know exactly what you need to do to achieve your goal. Seriously. So now that you know that you need to create that sense of urgency and say, hey, you know what? This week I'm going to learn, about support resistance. And by the end of the week, I'm going to be a master of support resistance. I'm going to know what the heck that is and how to determine that. Because if you do not have a sense of urgency, and if you do not have a deadline, deadlines are very important. And if you do not have a deadline, when you can accomplish that, it's going to be very hard because you're going to postpone and say, yeah, I'm going to learn that. But 2 months later, you haven't done that and you haven't even read a book about it. Okay. So why is now the best time to learn? Well, first of all, get ready for the next earnings season. Earnings season is going to come in January again, and that's fire, that's fuel for price action. That is actually phenomenal. You get volatility, you get more volume. This is not the market that we were trading like 20 years ago or 25 years ago. And algos are hotter than ever. And you can make a lot of money with the trading instinct, with algos and with the institutions. And it's not hard. All you have to do is learn the method. We do this every day in the trading room. Now, I want to show you guys a chart that is very interesting, talking about, fundamentals, talking about levels that are very interesting in the market. And this is a chart that I found very interesting. And this is a chart of financials. Now, as you guys know, financials are very important for the market. And especially if you're a trader of the mini S&P, right, or SPX, you are keeping an eye on financials and the energy sector. Why? Because these are dominant within the SPX. So I find that it's very interesting to watch the, let's say, the energy markets and financial markets, because they're a driver into this category. So what I have here is a very interesting chart. I was watching for a pullback because I'm a swing trader, stock swing trader as well, but I watch it for, day trading purposes. I do a lot of research into my trades. That's why my performance is the way it is, because I spend a lot of time charts and charting. So I thought this pullback, and this pullback, there was a question here by Bruce about the moving averages. Here is the moving average. This is the dominant moving average. And for example, pullbacks that are happening into the 50 simple moving average are pullbacks that are, let's say, hefty enough in order to sustain a pivoting action. The other thing is that you need to analyze, Bruce, and this goes exactly for you because you were, your question was about the 50 simple moving average. Look at how the price reacted in the past around the 50 simple moving average, because sometimes you're going to have stocks that are reacting off of different types of moving averages, and that becomes a dominant moving average, such as the 20 or the 21. I actually used the 20 simple moving average by accident, seriously, because I've always been using the 21 simple moving average, because the 21, well, let me just tell you, it derives from Fibonacci. 21 is a Fibonacci number, so I've always used the 21. But for some reason, my platform got screwed up, and I don't know why I landed with the 20. Now, obviously, there's no difference between 20 and 21. You could use both. But yeah, I don't know. So there are some stocks or indices or whatever you may be trading, cryptos or Forex, that may be dominant on other specific timeframes. But I find very interesting that this pullback in XLF came into the 2020 pre-pandemic high, came into the volatility. This is the start of the volatility in 2018. And bam, here is the financial crisis. This is a pre-financial crisis high in 2008. So we had a rally in 2021, and in 2022, we have a pullback here. And I went on Twitter, public on Twitter. You can actually look for it on my private, on my public Twitter feed at TradeOutLoud. And I said that this is going to be a decision point, and this is going to go up. And the first target is going to be into the $35. Do you want to see what happened? This chart is from today. This chart is from today, right? See how important it is to see and forecast these minor support levels that are so important to charting. Here it is. Boom, 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 right? All right. So whether you want to trade from home, whether you want to trade to supplement your income part-time, or you want to trade like me, I trade 2 hours or less every single day. If you want to generate $500 to $5,000 or more, it depends on your account size. That's what determines your profitability, because you have to keep it realistic. And if you want to trade with the institutional money flow, in sync with the institutional money flow, we don't chase. Because chasing, what is chasing? You're running after something. You're always behind price. You never chase. Focus on high velocity moves. You can see that I have some levels right here. And these are institutional levels based on which you could see like rotations. You could see targets. So it's actually a system that is very easy to analyze and to trade. All the work is done for you. I day trade from 9:30 to 11:30. However, sometimes I'm done at 10 o'clock. Today and yesterday, no, I was there until 12 o'clock because I kept on going in trades and trades and trades. All right, I deploy precise strategies at specific times and locations, just like I mentioned earlier, and I apply very simplified management. For example, I know ahead of time when I enter a trade, I know how exactly I'm going to be managing that trade. And based on price action, I'm going to scale out or remain with the whole entire position into the trade. What I trade? Well, no surprise. I trade the 4 indices, and I just want to share the 4 indices with you guys right here. All right, let me just share the screen. Boom, here we go. All right, so here it is. I trade the 4 indices. I hope you guys can see my charts right now. Okay, all right, cool. I trade the 4 indices. Now you can see here that I have, this is the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and Russell. Because it's overnight, I keep my charts on the 4-hour. Okay, this is my personal preference to watching charts at night. And if I was to take a trade tonight, I would take it off of these time frames. And in fact, I do have an alert here. This is for me bullish above. So if the price goes tonight over 730, you can bet that I'm going to be in this trade. So this is how my platform, this is what I trade. I trade the Dow, the S&P, NASDAQ, I trade Russell, gold, and oil is what I have in just what I have. You know, as technical charts. Okay. So a lot of times, you know, I'm asked, like, it's trading easy? Like, is it easy to succeed in trading? And I always, you know, kind of like hesitate and go like, well, you know what, if you put in the work, you might succeed, but you need to copy someone that is already successful, because if you don't have that extra help, sometimes it's very hard to get to the very top. And the reason for that is that it's not that you're not putting your 100%, because I understand I was putting up my 100% in my first year and I was making some money, but I was making peanuts compared to what I'm making right now. And it's not until that after I received the mentoring that I propelled my trading, and I'm achieving what I'm achieving right now. That is what differentiates me, that, you know, differentiates my person, you know, let's say 20 years ago than the person from 19 years ago. So that year difference made a whole lot of difference, let's say. So it's not hard. You have to keep on working. Don't stop. Get the proper education, right? But again, you may need a little bit of help to push you right into that success ladder, okay? Because you have to understand that trading is not only about a strategy, it's not only about management or mindset or experience, it's not only attention to detail, reading the candlesticks, reading price action, not about reading volume and reading everything else on the chart. Trading is a system, and the ability, especially in day trading, is how fast you can put things together, how fast, because markets are moving super fast. If trading was easy at just reading a book or buying 20 books or 50 books on Amazon or Barnes and Noble, or viewing 50,000 videos on YouTube. Now, let me ask you this. How many traders on YouTube, because there are millions of traders on YouTube. How many millions of those traders on YouTube post their performance portfolio? I could tell you right now, none. Okay, none. They are content creators. They don't care if what they teach works in the market, because they get paid by getting views to their videos. They don't make money from trading. They make money from content creation. Bubble burst. Okay. Or would you want an indicator, right? That there is no such thing as an indicator that is going to give you and literally provide profitability. I've been on that route 20 years ago. Trust me, been there, spun my wheels, and indicators, everything that indicators do is they delay your learning process. So why futures? Well, first of all, you're going to get great tax advantages. Let me start with that. You can Google it. It's income from home. You don't have to leave your home in order to make money. You have really good time flexibility. Like, for example, I have a lot of time because guess what? And I haven't even done webinars, and I haven't even taught classes in a while because, hey, I didn't feel like it, right? I don't need to. I don't even need to host the trading room, to be honest. I don't, but I do it because I love to trade, and I love the company in the trading room. And for example, there are people in the trading room that have been with me for 10 years, for 12 years. Okay. Whether you want to create income, generate income, supplement your income, learn a skill that is literally going to help you in any kind of market condition, and learn something that, you're at the end line, you're going to get control over your time. So can anybody make money in the market? I'm going to tell you this. If you lose money in the market right now, yes, you can make money in the market because there's always somebody on the other side of the trade. I trade with a structured approach and I trade live every single day. And I put my money where my mouth is. And I trade every day a very highly successful technical system that is in sync with the power moves. That means with the institutional money flow in the first 2 hours, you're going to see that after the first 2 hours, the volume is going down, boom, right? So it's not keeping up the momentum. Sometimes it does if it has news, and if it's a news-driven market, yes. But in most cases, no. So the methodology that we use overrides any kind of news event. I don't care. You saw the example that I gave you before when the market dropped and I said, oh my gosh, this is going to be like a glorious day, because I knew what kind of strategy I can apply to make money quick and be done for the day. We were done in 15 minutes. All right, so if you want to trade an institutional grade trading system, trade literally stress-free. You don't have to have the burden to not know how to answer any questions that you have. Say, I have a trade that has reached my target. Oh my God, what do I do? The price is moving so fast, your head is spinning, right? You got to calm down, and because you need to have a plan, you need to have a strategy. That's what your trading plan is for. I can provide you with a trading plan. I can provide you with my trading plan. I'm not one of those, let's say, mentors or educators that say, you know what, trading plan is something that you need to develop yourself because trading is very personal. How many of you guys have heard this line? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you guys have heard this line? Just type of 1 in the room. Seriously. I know yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like trading is very personal. You have to develop your own style. I don't take any accountability. Hey, I'm going to teach you how to trade, but I'm not going to give you my trading plan. Why? What's the secret? I mean, seriously. No, if you're good at trading, if you have a good trading plan, Henry and CP, I can give it to you and you can trade with that. You can give it to your neighbor and he can start trading, because that's the beauty about having a robust trading plan and a system. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry. I don't agree with those traders that say trading is so personal. You have to develop your own trading plan. You have to develop your own style. Are you kidding me? Just give me a style. Teach me a successful style and I'm freaking going to copy it. And this is what I did. I copied my mentor 100%. Plus, I gave it my own spin, which my mentor was like, right? And he now is implementing. And by the way, my mentor is a trader at Goldman Sachs. So yes, I got really good trading education. So this program is for you. We're teaching a course. It's called the Power Income Futures course. If you want to trade like me, with me, this is the program for you. If you're losing money in the market, this is for you. If you don't have a system, this is for you. If you do not have a process that eliminates the emotions, well, this is for you. If you lack confidence in trading and are freaking out in every trade, this course is for you, because you're never going to freak out ever again. And you are going to trade stress-free. This course is literally going to change your life. And don't take my word for it. Okay. Don't look at the reviews. They're all 5-star reviews. However, we have a 1-day pass and we have 5-day passes in the trading room. If you're really serious about working with me, come into the room. 90% of the traders that are in my room are graduates of the Power course. And that you can talk to them. You don't even have to talk to me. Ask them, hey, how's the Power course? How's that working for you? And they will be able to answer. Okay. So learning how to trade is not inexpensive and can be a good chunk of change, but compared to the trading losses and mistakes some traders make, right? All right, so we're teaching this course on January 23rd and 27th. We actually have a Black Friday special where we're going to provide you 3 months free access to the trading room. That starts in January. So you're going to get January, February, and March for free in the trading room. But wait, there's more. If you sign up, for example, this week or next week, you're going to get all this time free until January 1st in the trading room with me. So guess what? You're going to grease your wheels in the trading room. You're going to get custom to the style before you take the course. Isn't that awesome? And you're going to learn the platform. You're going to learn, how we operate and how, we're making our money into the market. You get free, you're going to get free access to the trading room. So basically for 4.5 months, you're going to get lifetime access to the Powering of Futures Trading course, where we take you by the hand from zero to hero, student to pro trader. We provide you the manual, which is over 500 pages. This is a typo right here. It's 500 plus pages of education, strategies, trading plans, more. You get unlimited live retakes. That's right. We don't charge for the retakes. You want to take the retake 50 times? Come to the retake 50 times. We provide you access to the trading room where we hold your hands. We're going to say, this is the entry. This is the stop. You position size for your account size. Boom. That's it. And then I'm going to trail it live for you. And you follow me a day. You're going to follow me a week. You're going to follow me a month. You're going to follow me for a year or so, until you're going to get the ability to trade on your own. Then you don't need me, because my goal is to develop self-sufficient traders and not followers. But I don't believe in, here's the other myth. Here's the other myth. Oh, I just teach traders how to fish. What? What's that BS? I teach traders how to fish. You got to learn for yourself. Yeah, that's what you need to. Are you serious? No, because if you know how to call trades with the entry, with the stop, with the target, with trailing live, then you're credible, right? And yes, you can fish for the students as well. So I provide you with the education. I teach you how to fish. And not only that, I catch the fish, I fry the fish, and I feed you the fish. And guess what? You're going to love the fish, and you're going to order it again and again and again until you learn how to fish and how to prepare the fish and then eat it. Okay? Because it's you got to get used to the system, and it's not easy at first. It's not easy at first. So I'm trying to make it super easy. You're going to also have access to 12 mentorship sessions. You have access to a private Twitter feed. You have access to a Discord room. You have platform layouts. You have risk sheets. You saw the risk sheet. That's for free as well. So everything is included. And if you want to find out more about the course, about the curriculum, you could go to the website, or you can shoot me an email at info@TradeOutLoud.com. More than happy to talk to you guys and provide you with a curriculum for the course. We're going to teach you A to Z, from candlesticks to trading psychology and the most sophisticated trailing systems. Okay, so if you want to, if you're serious about trading and if you want to become a professional trader, go to TradeOutLoud.com/futures. The course is $5,999. Total value is over $23,000. And for example, if you say, hey, you know what, I have trading education, I just need some extra help with, with the trading room. I need some guidance. We have a trading room that is available for everyone. You don't need to take the course to get into the trading room. So this is something that is separate from the course. You can come in here and you can, and by the way, we start at 9:30. We start at 9 o'clock. The room opens at 9 o'clock. Come on the microphone around 9:30. We provide the pre-market game plan with full analysis before the market opens. We have institutional trading levels. We have real-time precise trading. It's 100% guided trading. You can't ask for anything more. 1 to 3 trades, depending on the day, we may take more or none. We have exact parameters for our trades, live trailing, because this is where you find out a real trader from a scam. Because when you're a real trader, you trail it live. That's why you're on the microphone. That's why you're guiding. Hey, I'm going to trail let's say you reach target one. What do you do in target one? You watch price action and you do it live. We have live screen share. We also provide lectures and mentoring through these 2.5 hours to 3 hours almost every single day. You can find out more here on this page. Like I said, you go under services, and this is the futures trading room. And by the way, since we're here, you see this tab right here, position size indicator for Ninja platform. Okay, you go here. Okay, we actually have this tool available. If that's for you, that's perfect. But here, if you click on that link, we have at the very bottom of the page a free crash course into position sizing. I highly recommend, if you're serious about trading, if you want to be successful, you definitely need that. And of course, we have yearly plans, monthly plans. But hey, if you're not sure, say, hey, I want to give it a go. I want to test it out. This is a 1-day pass experience, and this is a 5-day pass experience. $25 or $100 if you want to try it out and say, hey, I want to try it out, see what the buzz is all about. All right, this is it for tonight. Thanks so much, David. I think I went 6 minutes over. So thanks so much, everybody. And if you have questions, feel free to shoot me an email at info@TradeOutLoud.com. More than happy to answer your questions.